Hello. In my previous lecture, we have discussed about the molar pregnancy, and today we are going to discuss about the non-molar, that is gestational trophoblastic neoplasia. The more commonest form is invasive mole. Then second most common is choriocarcinoma, followed by placental site trophoblastic tumor and epithelioid trophoblastic tumor. Let's discuss about the risk factors. We will discuss the risk factors by the mnemonic of 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Number 1 is more than 20 week of uterine size, more than equal to 3 births, that is multiparity, more than 40 years of age, more than 10 raised to power 5 HCG level, more than 6 cm of theca lutein cyst, or there is previous history of molar pregnancy. Let's discuss about the staging. Now, stage 1 is when GTN is confined to uterine corpus. Stage 2, when it spreads to adnexa or to the vagina but limited to genital structures only. Stage 3, when it extends to lungs with or without involvement of genital tract. Stage 4 is other metastatic sites. Let's discuss about the prognostic scoring system. It tells about what type of chemotherapy to be given. Let's remember it by a mnemonic. I means mother. AAI, please tell me the number of previous failed chemotherapy. A stand for age in years, A stand for antecedent pregnancy, I stand for interval between the pregnancy to treatment, P stand for pre-treatment serum HCG level, L stand for largest tumor size including uterus in centimeters, S stand for site of metastasis, and for number of METs, and P is for previous failed chemotherapy. So this makes our mnemonic I, that is AAI, PLS, number of previous failed chemotherapy. Score less than or equal to 6 is low risk, and equal to or more than 7 is considered to be of high risk. Let's discuss them separately. First, we will discuss about the invasive mole, that is also called chorioadenoma detrusans. All three of them can be differentiated on pathology. Invasive carcinoma shows trophoblastic proliferation plus edematous villi. It invade myometrium, but there is no metastasis. It can also lead to intraperitoneal bleeding, which can lead to shock. If we go in investigation part, there will be persistent level increase of HCG and mole on TVS and by histopathological examination. Treatment में chemotherapy is given. Hysterectomy is only done if bleeding is excessive. Let's discuss about the placental site trophoblastic tumor. On HPE, it shows intermediate trophoblastic proliferation and there is no villi. It also invade myometrium and 10% of them is only metastasis. Clinical feature are same, bleeding and pain. On investigation, there is mild rise in HCG level. On HPE, it only contains one type of cell. On immunohistochemistry, it is diffusely positive for cytokeratin, HPL and MELCAM, and focal positive for HCG. Treatment of choice for PSCT is hysterectomy as it is resistant to chemotherapy. Let's discuss about the choriocarcinoma. In HPE, both syncytio and cytotrophoblast cells are present, means dimorphic, plus there is no villi. It also invade myometrium and serosa. And on investigation, there is markedly elevated level of HCG, and on HPE, dimorphic cells are there. Treatment of choice is chemotherapy. Let's discuss how to work up for the patient of gestational trophoblastic neoplasia. In history, we will ask the patient about the past molar pregnancy or abortion or any pregnancy. And in symptoms and signs, if after evacuation there is persistent bleeding or intraperitoneal bleed plus shock is there, or uterine subinvolution is there, or persistent theca lutein cyst is there, or there can be evidence of METs. Most common sites of metastasis is lung, followed by vagina, followed by liver, followed by brain. then patient may complain of abnormal uterine bleeding also. On investigation, we will send the blood investigation, that is complete blood count, baseline LFT RFT, baseline beta HCG, USG of whole abdomen, chest X-ray is done, and if lung mets is there, cannonball appearance can be seen. CECT chest, abdomen and pelvis is done, and MRI brain can be done, and sample is sent for histopathological examination. Let's discuss about the treatment. As you all know, low risk score is equal to or less than 6. In this, methotrexate along with leucovorin, that is folinic acid, is given on the alternate day. Methotrexate is given on day 1, 3, 5, 7, 1 mg per kg through IM route, along with the leucovorin on day 2, 4, 6, 8, 50 mg per oral. But if there are altered LFT functions or it is resistant to the methotrexate, then dactinomycin can be given, that is 4.5 mg IV daily for 5 days. Patient of high risk, that is equal to or more than 7, EMA co-therapy is given. E stand for etoposide, M for methotrexate, A for actinomycin, C for cyclophosphamide, O for oncovirin or vincristine. If patient is resistant to EMA-CO, then EMA-EP is given. In this, P stand for cisplatin. Plus, adjuvant surgery can be done nowadays. After this, cycle is repeated for 3 times, 2 at the interval of 2 weeks. Plus, weekly HCG is sent. And after HCG came out to be negative, then 3 course we have to repeat again, and monthly HCG is done for 1 year in low risk and for 2 years in high risk. This is EMA-ECO regime and EMA-EP regime. Then what are the indication of hysterectomy? As I have discussed it earlier, in the case of intractable bleeding, in uterine perforation with massive intraperitoneal shock which can occur in invasive molar pregnancy or failed chemotherapy, and PSCT and ETT which do not respond to chemotherapy, and it can also be considered when family is complete. So this was my lecture on GTN. And if you like to take lecture on any of your favorite topic, please do let me know. Thank you.